In the distant reaches of the Andromeda Galaxy, a small planet known as Therix was home to an advanced alien race called the Caelorians. With shimmering skin that changed colors like the auroras of their world and large, expressive eyes, they were a sight to behold. The Caelorians prided themselves on their pacifism and technological prowess, yet they remained isolated, wary of the universe's other inhabitants. But that all changed when a catastrophic event rocked Therix. A massive meteor storm struck the planet, devastating its cities and shattering the peaceful existence the Caelorians had enjoyed for millennia. In the chaos, young Lyra, a spirited Caelorian girl, found herself separated from her family. As the dust settled and fear hung heavy in the air, Lyra wandered through the remnants of her once beautiful home. Her heart raced with despair as she called out for her parents, but only silence greeted her. In her moment of need, she stumbled upon a group of humans who had arrived in a sleek, silver ship, an exploratory team sent from Earth to study the rare meteor phenomenon. The humans, clad in utilitarian suits, bore an unmistakable air of resilience. They were known across the galaxy for their audacity and their infamous reputation for being bloodthirsty. It was a title they earned from their history of warfare and exploration. Yet in Lyra's eyes, they were her last hope. "Help me!" she pleaded, her voice a melodic echo of desperation. The humans paused, their initial wariness giving way to concern. One stepped forward, a tall figure with a fierce demeanor named Captain Blake. "What happened to you, kid?" he asked, crouching down to her level. Lyra pointed towards the ruins of her village. "My family. They are lost. I need to find them!" Captain Blake exchanged glances with his team. They were a motley crew, each with their own battles fought in the name of survival. Yet something stirred in them at the sight of the frightened Caelorian girl. It was the instinct to protect, a feeling not so different from what they felt for their own kin. "All right, we'll help you," he said, surprising even himself. "But we need to move fast. The storms might still be active." The team quickly set to work, scanning the area with their advanced technology. They were not here to conquer, they were here to explore, to understand. They activated their drones, sending them out to search for survivors amid the rubble. As the machines buzzed away, Lyra felt a flicker of hope igniting in her chest. While the drones searched, the humans began to clear debris from the nearby buildings. Lyra joined them, her small hands moving with determination. Captain Blake marveled at her spirit. She worked alongside them, unafraid, as if the concept of fear had no place in her heart. Hours passed, and just as exhaustion threatened to overtake them, one of the drones pinged back with a signal.
"We've found a group of survivors,"
one of the crew members shouted. Lyra's heart raced. Could her family be among them? The team sprinted to the location, a makeshift shelter built from the remnants of a collapsed structure. Inside, huddled together, were several Caelorians, including Lyra's parents. Tears of relief streamed down her face as she rushed into their arms. The reunion was bittersweet. While Lyra was reunited with her family, the reality of the destruction around them weighed heavily. Captain Blake and his team watched, their hearts swelling with empathy. They understood loss all too well. "Lyra, we have to move you all to safety," Blake urged, turning back to the shelter. "There could be more storms, and this place isn't stable." With newfound determination, the humans helped the Caelorians out of the wreckage. They provided food and water from their supplies, a gesture that surprised the Caelorians, who had never encountered humans in a context outside of war tales. As they moved towards the ship, Lyra glanced back at the ruins of her home, the landscape forever altered. "Will we ever return?" she asked her parents, her voice barely a whisper. Her mother knelt down, brushing Lyra's shimmering hair away from her face. "We will rebuild, my love. We must be strong." The humans guided them aboard their ship, a sanctuary that hummed with technology. As the engines roared to life, Lyra marveled at the wonders of human innovation, lights flickering, screens displaying data from across the cosmos. It was a stark contrast to the simplicity of her home, yet it filled her with a sense of adventure. As they lifted off, Lyra felt a bond forming with the humans who had saved her. They were not the bloodthirsty monsters of her ancestors' tales. They were brave, selfless, and resilient. Captain Blake noticed her gaze and smiled, an unspoken understanding passing between them. "Thank you," Lyra said softly, her voice carrying the weight of her gratitude. Blake nodded. You'd have done the same for us, wouldn't you? In the days that followed, the humans and Kaelorians forged an alliance, sharing stories, cultures, and knowledge. What began as a desperate rescue turned into a collaboration that bridged the vast chasm of fear and misunderstanding that had long existed between their races. Lyra's spirit, once filled with despair, now shone with hope and determination. She began to dream of a future where the Kaelorians and humans could stand together, not as enemies but as allies. The bloodthirsty reputation of her newfound friends was but a facade, one that hid a deeper truth: compassion in the face of adversity. In the end, it was the humans, the so-called bloodthirsty beings, who taught Lyra and her people that even in a universe filled with chaos and destruction, hope could rise from the ashes. And as they set their sights on rebuilding, they did so with the strength of an unexpected alliance, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead together.